Alright guys, so I've been working tirelessly to get rock, but the problem I've got now is though the hailstorm has gone, what's come in is this fog, and the problem I've got is that there's just no wind at all. Or very little anyway. I'm getting very little in the way of power. You see the red light up there means the refinery is really struggling to process the rock. Without materials, this thing's struggling to make me the materials I need. Luckily, because I've been gone so long, it's already made quite a lot. Okay, that might be enough. It is enough. Alright! Now, with a basic assembler, that's going to allow us to make more things! There's the medical comp. The metal grids, that's what we need for the batteries. I think we need cobalt. We don't have any yet. As I said before, though, what I'm actually going to do is I'm going to finish these walls. I have so much iron now, I should be able to... Yeah, I got nearly 1,000 steel plates. So, let's begin. I think there's a way you can... Maybe you can't do it on survival, maybe it's a creative thing. But you used to be able to... Yeah, no. Alright, whatever. I'll do one at a time then. Be that way. This is going to take a while. Alright guys, the shell's coming along quite nicely. I can see I've got this nice sort of grid layout now. I haven't quite figured out how I'm going to work this back wall yet on account of the fact that all my gear's here. But what I do think is that this is a little too narrow. If we're going to be making ships in here, I should really move this further back. So I think that's what we're going to do. Let's move this. I think what I'm also going to do is I'm going to put a ramp on the front of it so that I can get this thing in and out and modify it. So that's going to be kind of nice. Alright, so let's see. How far do we think we need to go here? Gonna have to give it some... Yeah, it's going downhill, so I'm gonna need to give it a bit of extra support. But I think that's probably okay. Let's give it a little support here. And this way. Yeah. So you wouldn't ordinarily do this until really, really late in the session. You would do this, you know, after you've already built everything, but I kind of want it to look nice for you guys, you know? And, you know, if you're willing to spend hours upon hours grinding for iron, like I am for the purposes of just this one time for these videos, then it's the nice way to do it, you know? Thing is, like, placing down the mesh like this is not the hard part. The hard part is actually welding everything, which I will show you in a few minutes. Because these things only take one armor plate, one light armor plate per make. I said this before, but they use 30 ordinarily. Okay, did I miss any? No. And before I cut away to me actually setting it up, let's put the ramp on. Let's start from here. That seems to be as far as I can take it there. Alright. So, let's mouse wheel. Oh, I got another health buff. Let's go. You can kind of see the idea as to what's going on here, but I do think that needs a little more. There you go. and maybe you as well. I think you're probably enough. Okay, and then in theory, what we'll be able to do is drive this thing up it to get in. Right, let's do this corner nicely. So let's use one of these. No. It's been a little while since I've done this. You're gonna have to bear with me. Yeah, we'll do that, and then that. And then what we'll do is... Well, I mean, I could, I suppose... No, that's going to be a wall, isn't it? So actually, no. What I should do then... This doesn't seem right. That's because I'm supposed to put one of these things here. So now that's correct. That's not, though. I mean, to be fair, actually thinking about it, all this is going to be a wall anyway. So no, I'm wrong. That should literally just be a blankety blank. Yeah, no, I'm wrong. Blankety blank. Okay.
Fuel low.
Again. There we go. Alright, so... And that's as far as we're taking it. So now we need to bring the wall out, which is going to take a while. Let's go ahead and do that. Alright, I finished the net at the very least. Just look at the state of this, because like, I really don't know how I'm going to handle this. I think what I'm going to have to do, probably, is extend this wall out by 1 block, and then move these wind turbines. I mean, I have got space up here to do that now, so I guess that's the right way to do it. Damn, each one of these blocks is going to take 30 steel plates. It's going to take forever. This is going to take many, many hours of gameplay to fix. But it's going to be so worth it to get up to that moon. Oh, can't wait. So, basically what we need to do now... I'm not going to make you guys sit through this, but we're going to have to go through every single block and weld it like that. And I need to do that for every single one I've just placed. Right then, guys, it took a couple of days, real-world days, but I did manage to mine enough iron to get this finished. So what we have now is basically a big box for which we can make our ships and everything else that we need to get to space. One thing I'm particularly proud of is the wind farm. So I took the wind turbines off the back here and moved them up here, but then I thought, why stop? Why not grid them out? So now I have what is essentially just a wind farm that's generated me a ton of electricity that we're going to use to power our ships and other things among. But I will say that it's very dark and sort of gloomy in here, so I think what we need some interior lights. So I'm going to go ahead and place these at every other block like this. Hold on. So it goes up like that, and then across. Yep, that works. Excellent. Okay, I will...
Fuel low.
I need more construction comms. Alright, so I've just done the finishing touches. It's looking a little bit spotty, so here's what we're going to do. I'm going to go in here, and I want all of my interior lights. And we're going to group them. And then what we can do is I can up the radius. Boom! Much better. Look at that! Now, moment of truth. Let's bring the car in. Am I in park? Up she comes. Okay. Stop. Okay. And then we park her right there. Look at that! Okay, I think a lot of this stuff's going to have to change at some point, because I'm going to have to set up the conveyor system and whatnot. If I want it to look nice, I'm probably going to have to borrow into the wall a little bit. But the point is, we now have a nice foundation for which to build everything we need to go and visit that moon up there. And maybe that planet over there too, if we can find the right materials. Alright, so the next thing I'm going to need to do is modify this here buggy with a large grid ore detector. So, first thing we're going to do is we're going to put some storage on it. Storage? What do they call them? Cargo containers. Cargo containers. I don't really know what I can... Let's just see how big a large is on a small grid. That's too big. Then let's try a medium. Yeah, that seems pretty good. Except I can't do it because I need interior plates. Okay. Right, let's get crafting. I think I've got enough iron in there that I can just set a bunch of everything going, to be honest. Let's do 100 of everything that I can make. Oh, thanks, I've already got loads. Okay, so for that I'm gonna need interior plates, display, motors, computers, and construction comps. They should be enough to place it at the very least. You need interior plates. Did I not just add interior plates to my inventory? No, I added computers to my inventory. Genius! Okay. Interior plates. Put those to the front. If I can just pick them up, I can at the very least get the skeleton of it down. Better. Okay, so... let me think. Is there, what is there in here? Is there a H2O2 converter going on? Like, what's... let's have a look. No, it just does a tank. Hydrogen tank, which is 71% filled. And once that goes, that is going to be my entire supply of hydrogen expelled. Alright, fine, that'll do for now. Let's just put this thing in. I don't think I need a conveyor system as such for this one, because I'm just basically going to mine stuff and just put it in there. That's the idea. Yeah. I need some construction comps and motors. Four motors. Yep, perfect. Okay, now we've got something that we can store things in. I still need the container ship. Sorry, the ore detector. And I'm also going to need a way to transfer things to the base once I get back, as well as charge that battery. So, let's focus on the ore detector, which as you can see is a little small and pitiful. I don't need this ladder, that can go. You've got a parachute hatch, that can go. Ore detector, that can go. Now, we've got a gyro in there, an event controller, which is also not needed. Okay, so what we're going to need to do is we're going to need to place... oh. I wonder why there was damage there. A rotor. I need a rotor. Because this is what's going to allow me to subgrid. So let's put it here. And then I think I saw the top off. I'm doing this entirely based on memory, because it's been a long time. I need a large grid rotor part. And then I press the button again to make it bigger. Yeah. And then... yeah, that seems correct. But I've got to actually, you know, get it right. So you spawn it, and then you make it, like, fall onto it. I know this doesn't look very thingy, but this is legit how you do it on this game. Too far ahead. Goodness sake. Try again.
Fuel low. Fuel critical.
Damn you. Alright. Oh! Oh! Maybe! Maybe. Attach. Success! Large steel tubes, 10. Okay. And then I'm going to need an ore detector, a large grid ore detector, to go on top of that, and that's going to need quite a lot of gear as well. Oh, there. Okay. And then the ore detector. Motors and 10 construction comps. And then 20 detector comps. Ooh, nickel. Do I have nickel? Apparently I do. Do you get nickel out of... oh, you must get it out of stone. That's lucky. I know it looks ridiculous, but there is a very good reason why I'm doing this, and you'll see why. Needs another 10. Alright. That's 10. Okay. Now we should really line that rotor up, I think. Rotor... we're at 6 degrees. I want it to be at 0. No, 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 no! Stop! Stop! 0. Okay, there we go. That's nice and lined up now. The last thing I'm going to need is a connector. The problem is the large grid. So how am I going to... yes, I could put one on here. I think that's the way to go, isn't it? Right, so we're going to put one on here. Air motor and a few construction comps, nothing to worry about. Right, the connector is going to allow us to connect the car back up to the base when we get back. The problem is I need a conveyor system to connect up to, and the only one available at the moment is at this side.